Self-love. Everything you've been told about loving yourself, like, have a bubble bath, do a spa day, take care of your skin, do a face mask, light up candles. All of these things don't mean self-love. Just because you do these things doesn't mean now all of a sudden you love yourself. All of this is literally a marketing trap illusion to keep you trapped in that cycle of temporary happiness so that you can do it, buy those things, do these experiences, feel good for a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes, and then go back to craving it again and again and again. But guess what? After you do those things, if these things were actually genuine self-love, why is it that every single time we actually do these things, why do we feel empty afterwards? I even used to think that if I do these things, it means self-love. Well, guess what? Until every time I would do them, I would feel empty afterwards. And this is why no amount of skincare, no amount of anything you do externally will fill that void that you feel inside of you. I'm already starting to get itchy. All right, Lord, save me. In the name of Jesus, protect me from all the insects in the world. By the end of this video, you're gonna learn everything that has to do with real self-love, how to genuinely love yourself. And I'm also going to talk about how to practically implement specific things into your routine, into your life that will help you love yourself. So without further ado, let's get into it. So to begin with, you need to understand that those activities that I listed for you guys, you doing your skincare, you doing those things, those are self-care. Self-care is not self-love. They're two separate things. Once you do get to the root of loving yourself, then naturally you're going to be able to take care of yourself externally. But before the external, you need to focus on the internal. And rarely does anybody mention this point about self-love, which is seeing yourself the way God sees you. That is loved, valuable, and created with a purpose. And to love yourself, you need to apply what I'm about to say. First things first, you need to understand that you're valuable. You hear it all the time, oh, you're so special, you're so valuable. But why though? You are valuable because you were made in the image of God. You being made in God's image, it means you also reflect His Spirit. You and Him are one. So when I say God made you in His image, you need to rejoice because that means you're special, you're unique, you're valuable, you're loved as you are. God created you the way you are for a reason. So understanding this will make you deeply love yourself because now you're gonna be like, okay, I actually matter to the most important person, which is God. Who else is more important than Him? Nobody. And that brings us to another point, which is when God created you, He created you with gifts. Do you know what that means? It means if you're feeling lost in life, if you feel like, what am I here to do? I don't even know what I'm good at. Well, guess what? God created you with a gift, but it's about you finding it. You may think that you're lost, you may think that you're talentless, you may think that you're useless, but that's not true. It's Satan playing with your mind. It is Satan wanting you to be down and not actually tap into the greatness that God has bestowed upon you. So you need to wake up and figure out what your gift is. And once you realize what your gift is, okay, you could be artistic, you could be into sports, usually God will give you gifts so that you can glorify Him at the end. And once you understand that, okay, I actually am useful to the world, then you're going to be able to use your gifts to make a difference in the world. And that will make you appreciate yourself. And that way, everything is going to flow accordingly and it's going to feel so right for you. You're actually going to be fulfilled. So we're talking about something deeper than the external. Another thing, loving yourself means accepting God's love. And when you accept God's love, you're gonna naturally accept yourself. And I will tell you why. You need to understand that God loves you no matter what. No matter what. We are all human beings. We all fail. We all sin, right? But God gave us mercy. God is a forgiving God. And even though you may fall short, You are actually saved by His grace. So you don't actually need to be perfect for Him to love you. He loves you imperfect. So the love that God gives you should be the foundation for how you also see yourself, which is realizing that God loves you unconditionally. And because God loves you unconditionally, you should also love yourself unconditionally. That means you need to love every single inch of yourself, including your flaws, including your insecurities, including the things that, make you feel bad about yourself, including the things that you're always doubting about yourself, all your weaknesses, all your vulnerabilities. Those are things you need to love about yourself. Because when you love yourself, you're going to be able to be kind to yourself. And when you're kind to yourself, that's actually going to help you readjust. It really will. So if you're the type of person that beats themselves up, for example, you do something, you mess up, and you're always self-critical, like, oh my days, how could I? Why did I do this? Blah, blah, blah. Instead of being self-critical, you could say, what a privilege to make a mistake and learn from it. I make a mistake, I'm not going to beat myself up because of this. If anything, this is going to make me more resilient. Now I learned a lesson. Now I'm going to know how to act next time. So it literally is all about you being self-compassionate. Because if you're not self-compassionate with yourself, don't expect yourself to improve in a positive way. You're always gonna think you're improving, but you're gonna fall back because of this negative self-talk. And it is because of the fact that deep down, you still don't love yourself. And here's the beauty about loving yourself with every single inch. You're gonna naturally love other people. Because here's the thing, when you fill your cup so much, when you've got so much love inside of you, when you've got so much care, so much peace, so much joy, everything you do will reflect that back. Have you ever heard of the saying that says, hurt people hurt people? Well, also loving people love people. It's the same thing. It all depends on what is the root, what is inside of you deep down. Is it love? Then you're gonna give love. Is it hate? Then you're gonna give hate. Is it jealousy? You're gonna give jealousy. Is it peace? You're gonna give peace. So always make sure that you're putting inside of you everything beautiful. Loving yourself also means guarding your heart and mind. Meaning, being aware of what you expose yourself to. I don't know what that is, but okay. When you love yourself, you're gonna want to protect yourself. That means being careful of what you let into your thoughts, your emotions, and what you expose yourself to. And the reason why you need to be careful when it comes to what you expose yourself to, it's gonna show up in what you become and what you consume. So if, let's say, every single day you are hanging out with negative people, this means that you're exposing yourself to a negative environment. This is going to weigh you down. You're not going to be able to become the best version of yourself. If that is the case, you need to let go of these people. And if, let's say, you're the type of person that actually wants to live like a love story and wants to actually be in a healthy relationship, but you're out there watching toxic relationships, then how do you think that is aligning with where you want to be and what you actually want? It's not. If anything, it's also weighing you down. So you need to change that. If, let's say, when it comes to your thoughts, you're always finding yourself having this negative internal dialogue, you need to also change that. Because guess what? Your internal dialogue will show up in how you actually perform in this world, in who you become, in what you do. If you're always saying to yourself, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this, well, guess what? You're not going to be able to. If, let's say, you keep telling yourself, okay, you know what? I'm almost going to quit. I'm about to give up. If you say that to yourself, you're going to eventually give up. So you need to tell yourself positive things. You need to speak life onto yourself at all times, because this is what it's all about. It's all about having a positive mentality. It's all about speaking life onto yourself. If you speak negative, you're gonna get negative. So loving yourself also means saying no to things that are harmful for you, like your self-talk, your relationships, your environment. And that way, when you say no to toxicity, now you're gonna be able to focus on things that genuinely matter. You're gonna have a lot of room for self-growth, for self-development, for things that are actually good for you. Loving yourself also means making tough decisions. And here's the truth. Loving yourself isn't always about sunshine and rainbows. It's not always gonna be, oh, you know, no, it's not. This is the reality. So you need to understand that loving yourself means also giving that tough love to yourself. There's gonna be times where you're gonna have to make hard, bold decisions, and your faith will be tested. How strong you are will be tested. You as a person, you're gonna be tested. So will you be the type of person that gives in when a hard situation happens, or will you be the type of person that never gives up and always keeps going no matter what? Will you make the right decision even if you don't feel good? Because guess what? A lot of people only want to feel good, and that's why they never actually achieve anything in life. They only want to feel good because they think that they're doing themselves a big favor. It's all about how I feel. But guess what? You feeling good after making the wrong decision is not self-love. Self-love is you making the right decision and not feeling good about it. This is self-love. Why? Because you're choosing long-term satisfaction for temporary pleasure. And that's what it's all about. It's not about me feeling good right now. It's about how is this impacting my life long term? If let's say I have a burger in front of me, right? Okay, I'm gonna feel good when I eat it, but what will this do to me afterwards? I'm obviously not doing my health a favor. I'm probably gonna gain a pound. I'm probably gonna gain weight. I'm gonna have all these negative effects afterwards. Or I can choose to not eat the burger, go eat a salad, or guess what? I can make a healthy burger. I can have sourdough bread and actually make the burger at home, and it'll be a healthy burger. That way, I'm gonna enjoy my food, and long term, it's benefiting me. Whoa, so that's a win-win. That's 2 in 1. See, that was a simple example, but in life, you're gonna have so many more tough decisions to make, and you have to be willing to not take the easy route. Because one thing about taking the easy route is it's gonna lead you astray. So don't do that. Go the other way and take the narrow road, because the narrow road is gonna be beneficial to you. And now we're in the last part of the video, which is me giving you guys practical ways to actually love yourself. I'm telling you, these will change everything for you, so get ready for it. Number 1, be self-aware. I need you to close your eyes, breathe into your beautiful body and mind, and feel the life that is inside of you. Realize that out of the billions of people coming and going over time, there was, and will be only one you. So this is worth appreciating. That is worth loving. Because guess what? The chances of you being born is 1 in 400 trillion. So that's already a miracle. You are a miracle. You beat the odds. So I need you, after doing this exercise, write down 5 things you love about yourself. Think about it and write it down. And then I need you to write down 5 things that you don't usually notice about yourself, but that you actually love. And I need you to read those lists as consistently as possible. The next practical way to love yourself, you need to fix your repetitions. Whatever you've got on repeat becomes your reality. So that goes with what you look at every day, your thoughts, what you read, what you watch, what you listen to, how you talk to yourself, how you talk about yourself. This is why repeating positive affirmation is so powerful. This is why hanging out with positive people that speak about positive things is also so important. You need to realize what you've got on auto loop and upgrade anything that is not supporting you in any way, shape, or form. So from now onwards, I need you to pay close attention to what comes out of your mouth when you speak to people, the thoughts that go through your mind when you're living your day-to-day life, and when you look at yourself in the mirror, when you watch TV, how do the books you read, the podcasts you listen to, the food you eat, the people you hang out with, all of these, how do they make you feel? And next up, I need you to write down 5 beliefs, 5 complaints, 5 activities, and 5 environments that are constant buzzkills in your life. For example, so one of the beliefs could be, I feel like I'm gonna mess up. This could be your belief. This is a buzzkill. A specific way in which you can upgrade that is you writing down under it, I'm gonna do it anyway. I am human and the experiences I have are there to help me grow and evolve. So this is a belief shift. Now you're not thinking about messing up. Now you actually believe that I'm gonna do it anyway, whether I mess up or not, it doesn't matter. That's it. Another thing, when it comes to complaint, one of your complaints could be, I am not where I want to be yet. You can switch that to, I am where I'm supposed to be. It's not about how long it's going to take, it's about how far I can go. A buskill activity could be you checking your phone regularly when you have a task or when you have something important. You can switch that by saying, I'm gonna put my phone away because it's a source of distraction every single time I have something. That's it, boom. Now, this is not gonna be a buskill for you. And when it comes to environment, it could be you spending time with people who don't align with your mindset. And then you can write down with, it's okay to outgrow people. I'm going to hang out with people that match my mentality. And I'm telling you, you doing that exercise is going to change so much for you. And it's literally gonna set you up for success. And this exercise just proves how much you love yourself because you're willing to put in the work, put in the effort, and do stuff that actually serve you. Next thing, stay away from triggers or your danger zones. I need you to take a moment to think about which situations and what type of people tend to trigger your not so favorite side of yourself. So that means who or what inspires you to get irritated, for example, to get gossipy, to apologize unnecessarily, to cheat on your diet, to whine or complain, to make excuses, to talk badly about other people or yourself. So you recognizing all these things, it means you realizing your danger zones. And a danger zone is obviously a zone that you should not be in. You should not put yourself in, and you should not entertain because it's not good for you. So that way, afterwards, you can actually avoid those things and choose to be wise with how you deal with those situations. So take action to cut those people, those environments, those habits that aren't good for you. And once you do let go of everything that is toxic for you, now you're gonna have space to actually focus on growth. Focus on something I call actually spiritual gym. And what I mean by spiritual gym, it pretty much means because you love yourself so much, you're willing to invest your time in things that serve you. For example, you engaging yourself in habits like studying self-help books, praying, listening to powerful speakers, journaling, making a gratitude list, exercising, listening to music that makes you feel great, saying faith-based affirmations over and over again until they become your reality, making a vision board and staring at it as much as possible. You see, all these things, you choosing to engage in them says a lot about how much you love yourself, because you're engaging into things that you know will help you be a better person. And that's what it's all about. And all these things that I just listed, you need to treat them as a vital moment in your life. And when you say, I'm gonna exercise, you better exercise, and you better stick to those promises you make for yourself. Because one thing about our brain, it keeps track. And never miss a habit for more than one day, because one time it's a mistake, the second time, it's gonna become another habit. Oh yeah, I'm gonna exercise tomorrow, and then you end up not exercising. And then when after tomorrow comes and you also don't exercise, now you're not gonna be exercising at all, because one thing leads to another. So you need to treat every single habit, even prayer. This is one of the most important habits. You need to put God first. And when you put God first and you pray every single morning and you don't miss and you're always consistent, miracles are gonna happen in your life. And this is all because you kept the promises you made for yourself. And other than you doing yourself a big favor by engaging in those habits, and that obviously shows how much you love yourself, something else that is also very important is you understanding your unique communication style. Each person has a unique way of expressing their feelings. And when you realize how you connect with particular things, you're going to be able to connect with yourself better. So for example, when you feel grateful, what do you usually do? Do you usually go for a walk? Do you usually journal? what do you do? Do more of those things. If, let's say, when you get sad and when you get upset, what is your communication skills that helps you cope with it? Is it praying? Is it swimming? Is it you actually doing something joyful? Is it you actually doing something that makes your soul satisfied? What is it? I need you to tap into that as well, because it's very important to know what your communication style is, how you express yourself, and make sure you do those things, because that's actually also a way of you expressing that love to yourself. If, let's say, I'm the type of person, whenever I feel low, I just like to just go to the beach, and it actually makes me feel better. And if, let's say, that moment comes and I don't go to the beach, guess what? I might feel worse. So no, I need to know what makes me feel better, how I can express myself more, how I can get out of that situation that I'm on, because I love myself and I want to make sure that I'm giving myself the best treatment. So take care of that. A way to reconnect with yourself and to give yourself that love is by you revisiting what you love. So if you used to dance when you were 5 or 10, you know, and you stop that later on, go back to it, because it's gonna give you joy. If, let's say, you used to be young, you loved to paint, and then you grew up and you stopped painting, go back to painting. Do these things and you're gonna see, you're gonna be like, oh my days, I should have never stopped. So go back, because the thing about us loving things when we're just a child is those things are actually our authentic selves. This is who I am. I'll give you guys an example about me. I used to dance when I was young and I stopped when I grew old. I mean, I got into the gym, I got into fitness, but it's not the same. So now I want to go back to dancing, and it doesn't have to be professionally, but I want to do it as a hobby, because this is who I am. I love to dance. I'm an artistic person. Give that to yourself, because you deserve it and you only get one life. So do things you enjoy, because those are the things that genuinely matters. Another practical way to love yourself is by giving yourself grace. And that means if, let's say, you mess up, no matter what you do, you need to forgive yourself. You need to be kind to yourself. Treat yourself like someone you care about. So I need you, anytime you're in a negative situation and you're finding yourself being self-critical, I need you to take a pause, tap yourself on the shoulder and say, it's okay. It's okay, because it is. Understand that we all have the capacity to be sweet, to be loving, to mess up. We have the capacity to be everything. So they're just part of what we experience, and I need you to look for the good. And remember that everyone is as lovable as they are flawed. So no matter what you do, it's fine. You're still lovable. You still deserve the best. Move on. Don't make it part of your identity. Understand that it's just an experience. We move on. So this is a crucial way of loving yourself. And the last thing is choose joy and peace. You need to understand that being joyful is a decision. You can choose to wake up every single day and choose to be joyful. And when I say joyful, I don't mean happy, because they're two separate things. Happiness depends on external things, whereas joy depends from within. It comes from within, it comes from God, it comes from who you genuinely are. You can get joy, the everlasting joy, the steadfast joy, by having God in your life, by letting Him in, by surrendering yourself to Him. He will give you the joy you need. He will fulfill your heart. And always choose peace over pleasure. Always. Don't only make a decision because it's gonna make you feel good. Make a decision because it's going to be peaceful to you. That is it, everyone, for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys learned something new. Of course, if you want to see more videos, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And make sure to comment down below what you would like to see next. And of course, follow me on my socials to stay connected with me. And I will see you beautiful people in the next one. Bye!